So here I am at the Super Jersey Comic Expo. It was in Homedale, New Jersey. It happened on Saturday, October 28th. This was an amazing show. They had a big giveaway right when you walked in, giving away those 3 epic books. That was sponsored by Hawks Auction. Really cool. Unfortunately, I didn't win, but still a really cool thing to have. They had a bunch of artists. They had comic book creators. They had swag and cool stuff that were, part of the convention. I ended up getting one of these epic t-shirts modeled after Tales from the Crypt. It says Tales from the Comic Expo. I thought that was so cool. As a horror fan, I had to get that t-shirt. They had all different stuff here. Really cool convention. But the best part about this show was that it was mainly focused on comic books. There were so many vendors selling back issues. They had dollar bins, and they had amazing wall books, all priced very fair. There was toys and things like that as well, but not much. It was mainly comic books, which I feel like lately we don't see at these comic conventions or so-called comic conventions where, there's only a few vendors actually selling comic books. So going to a show where it's nothing but comics is just awesome. There were some great artists, local artists, and, independent writers and artists and comic book creators that had some really beautiful artwork, customs. They were doing sketches and signing books. There were some bigger and better names as well. Really, really cool show. This is like their little artist alley here. And then, as you see, multiple vendors with just nothing but boxes and boxes of comics. Here's a wall that had some pretty awesome stuff on it. The best part as well about this show is that everything was priced extremely reasonable. I feel like now that the comic boom is over, there's a few vendors and dealers out there that are kind of stuck in 2021, and their prices reflect that. But this show was totally different. I feel like everybody's prices were, where they should be now in 2023. So, there was just a million comics to go through. You couldn't look at, a fraction of them in just a few hours that I spent at this show. But I did spend quite a bit of time diving through the dollar bins and looking through the walls. I was on the hunt for some pretty big grails, some pretty big keys that I've been wanting for a long time. And I found some pricing that I couldn't walk away from. So I ended up picking up a nice little stack of some personal comic book grails, books I've been searching for a while. So I'm really excited to show you in today's video. Let's take a look at some of the footage here, and then we will get to this epic comic book haul with some huge comic keys that I am so proud to own and have in my collection now. Here's Artist Alley. We'll take a look. We'll take a look throughout the show, and then we'll go back home and check out this amazing comic book haul. Here I am diving in the dollar bins at the booth of my local comic book shop. That's Comic Relief in Toms River, New Jersey. The owner, Anthony, he's standing there on the left, and he has an amazing shop, and his pricing is incredible. He restocked his dollar bins for this show, and if you didn't see my last video, definitely check that out because I was finding huge keys in the dollar bins, and I paid less than $1 for them. It was incredible. You definitely got to check that video out. I was so excited. I was just pulling book after book, key after key. It was amazing. But this show, can't say it enough, was incredible. Also, thank you to my wife for taking this footage. As you see here, she was getting excited over these little flower pens. Kind of funny. But, there were some other vendors there with, random stuff, little tchotchkes and, toys and collectibles. But this show was focused on comics. So many comic book dealers, so many back issues to dig through. This was an incredible show. I can't wait for next year. Also, this show was free. It was free to get into. I actually previously purchased VIP tickets. They had tickets for sale. It was supposed to be, a pay-to-get-in show, but they ended up rescinding that, and they allowed everybody to come into the show for free. They refunded my money for purchasing those tickets, and everyone was able to go in at no charge. It's amazing. The dealers here were all super friendly. This guy here was really cool. I bought an awesome book from him. I'll show you in just a little bit. He had a nice wall with really fair pricing, very low pricing, to be honest. So I ended up grabbing a sweet key that I've been wanting from that guy. And everyone else was awesome. Really great show. Let's check out the comic book haul. All right, let's get into this epic comic book haul. Like I said, I picked up some personal grails that I've been wanting for so long, and I finally pulled the trigger and added them to the collection. But we're going to start off with some non-comic books. We're going to start off with some pretty awesome monster magazines. First off, we have Famous Monsters of Filmland. This is issue number 65. Really, the reason I bought these is, first off, I think they're super cool. I'm not a huge magazine collector, but I do love horror, and the price that I got on these, I just couldn't say no. So first off, I picked up this one here, which I think has a pretty cool cover. But then I also picked up this one here, which also has a pretty epic cover. I have a huge arachnophobia. I hate spiders, and I saw this book, and for some reason, I had to buy it. I don't know why. It is just so creepy. This is Eerie Magazine, issue number 108. This one's in really nice condition. The colors are so vibrant, and that spider and the girl in the web, I mean, pretty awesome. I got both of these magazines here, both of them for $3, $1.50 a piece for monster magazines. I feel like these, sell for like $10 or $12 all day long, so I had to pick these up. And now getting into all the comic books, we're going to start off with the least expensive and work our way up to the most expensive book that I purchased. Starting off with Saga of Swamp Thing, issue number 10. If you saw in the footage of either this video or my last video, or maybe both, my wife was actually diving through the back issues, and she picked this out for me as a little gift. I think she got it for like $2. I did not have this one in my collection yet. I am working on my Swamp Thing collection, so super, happy that she bought this for me. Really, really cool. Shout out to her because she is awesome. So nice little pickup here. It's a nice high-grade book too in a newsstand. Issue number 10, Saga of Swamp Thing. This was an awesome find. This is House of Secrets, issue number 81. This is the origin of the House of Secrets. This also has an incredible Neil Adams cover. This is a super cool book. I have not owned this one yet. This one, unfortunately, is in pretty low grade. It's got some chipping. It's got a lot of spine wear and spine stresses and color breaks. And also has somebody's name on the cover there. But honestly, it looks fine to me. I'm more than happy to have this one as a place filler in the collection. Really cool book. It's got some good value, in mid and higher grade. But I ended up getting this one, I believe, for $3. So not too bad for this book here. Really cool. Happy to add this one to my horror collection. All right, moving on to Submariner, issue number 51. I have 3 books here that I bought as a bundle. I ended up getting these from Joe at 360 Comics. He was set up at the show. I didn't get him in any of my footage, but, you know, he's an awesome guy. He's got a great YouTube channel, a great Instagram presence, and he's always selling really cool books at great prices. So I got Submariner 51. These are just some run fillers that I needed for my collection. I'm working really hard at finishing this collection, but they all have such amazing covers. I love this run. Also got issue number 53. Not too bad there. And also issue number 65. Another cool cover. These books are in decent grade, and I got all 3 of these books. They were actually priced at $5 a piece. But I picked all 3, and Joe gave them to me for $10. So, you know, they were marked at $5, but I got them for all 3 for $10. Really good deal. Super cool guy. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, moving on to an awesome book here. Another book that I needed for my collection, another run that I'm working really hard at completing. That's Werewolf by Night. This is issue number 7. It's got an awesome cover. This one's in a little bit of a lower mid-grade, but I paid, I think, $4 for this book. I thought that was an awesome deal. You know, can't go wrong with Werewolf by Night for like less than $5. All right, this was a cool book here. I did not have this one in the collection. As you probably know, that I've said multiple times in multiple videos, that I'm a huge fan of the 25th anniversary border, and I collect all the covers that featured that border. So this was one that I needed for the collection. Transformers, issue number 22, in a newsstand. Super cool cover. Really excited about this one. I ended up paying $10 for this, which I felt like was like maybe a little high, but also decently fair price. So not too bad. I needed it. I figured I'd pick it up. I also bought another book I'll show you towards the end that I bought from the same vendor. All right, this one is awesome. Really excited to pick this one up. This is Diana Prince, Wonder Woman, issue 199. Super cool, like creepy cover with the executioner holding the axe. Also a bondage cover. I mean, I love this run of Wonder Woman where she's shown in like street clothes, you know, not in her iconic costume. I just think there's such great artwork in this little section of like, what was it, like 69, 70, 71, something like that. You know, 1971, 1972, somewhere around there where all these books she's depicted, you know, wearing kind of normal clothes. Here she's kind of in a, you know, like a gown or something. But really awesome, iconic cover. I ended up getting this for $20. I thought that was a really good deal because it's, you know, the book has some decent value and it's just such an iconic cover. I always wanted this one. I never found out in the wild. Finally saw it. I just jumped on it for $20. Really, really excited about this one. Super cool cover. The Tribunal of Fear. Really awesome. Wonder Woman 199. Put it in a Mylar and it looks beautiful. This is a book that I've been wanting for a long time now, but I just never find it in the wild. This is Avengers 144. This is where Patsy Walker becomes Hellcat. She finds the costume of the cat, of the original cat. She becomes Hellcat, and it's such an awesome cover. I mean, you have Iron Man and Vision and Captain America and Beast and Hellcat right in the center. The guns are pointing at him and firing, and it's just such an iconic and awesome cover. And I'm a huge fan of like Patsy Walker and Hellcat. I have like a secret crush on them. So really, really excited to grab this book. It was priced at $25. Funny story real quick is I actually saw this book on another wall priced for $120. It was in pretty high grade, I would say. I mean, not like near mint, probably like a 7.0 to an 8.0, maybe an 8.5. This book isn't bad. It's got a couple spine ticks. The biggest thing is it has like a spine roll to it. As you see here, like the pages are a little crooked that's from the back. But I'm going to just do a spine correction and a press and clean, and that book will look like $1,000,000. So for $25, I'm more than happy to grab that compared to another guy that was selling it for over $100. Really, really cool. Awesome book. Super excited to have this one in the collection now. And speaking of cat, I also had to pick this one up. This is Beware, the Claws of the Cat, issue number 1, the first appearance of the cat. Such a great cover, such an iconic book, Bronze Age. Really excited about this one. Another book I've been wanting for a long time. I never find it out in the wild. I almost bought one on eBay for like $45 in like a mid-grade. This one is like a lower mid-grade. It does have a big subscription crease. It's got some spine wear. But honestly, it looks great in this Mylar. And I ended up getting this for $25. I thought that was a great price. And it's just such a cool Bronze Age key to add to my collection. So I did get issue number 1. And from that same seller, I also got issue number 4. He didn't have issues 2 or 3, but he had issue number 4. It's got Man Bull on the cover, and you know, it's kind of a funny, goofy cover, but this book is in pretty decent shape. It's got a little color rub up top, a little spine ticks, but not a bad looking book. I think I paid $6, maybe $5 or $6 for this one. So I saw it in there. I figured I'd grab it as well to go along with my issue number 1. So now it looks like I'm working on completing this run, I suppose. All right, this next book is amazing. All right, so story real quick. I was looking at this first. This is Shanna the She-Devil, issue number 1, first appearance of Shanna the She-Devil. Such an awesome cover. I love like the good girl art, the jungle art, stuff like that. I think it's such cool stuff. This one I saw in a $3 bin, right? Because it's got a detached cover. It's got like this ink all up and down the spine. It's got a little spine tears. I mean, this is a low grade book. You know, it was priced at $3, which is pretty cheap. And this is a pretty cool key, Bronze Age key. And I was going to purchase this book for $3. And then the dealer, he said, oh, well, did you see I have this on the wall? And he pulls out this book. Same exact book, but this is a much higher grade, really nice looking copy. It does have a little bit of foxing, quite a bit of foxing on the spine, you know, but might be able to do a little magic on there and clean that up. So he had this priced at $30. And I'm like, you know what? I wanted that book, you know, because it was so cheap and it's such a cool cover, but I couldn't pass up on a nice looking copy. So he actually gave me both of them for $30. I thought that was super cool. I got a nice little book to keep in the Mylar, and that will stay in the collection. And then we have this nice little reader copy, so I can actually open it up and enjoy the comic. Really, really cool. Shanna the She-Devil, issue number 1, 2 copies for $30. All right, now we're getting into the good stuff, everybody. The moment you've been waiting for. All right, first book that I have here, one of my personal grails, King Size Special Hulk number 1. That amazing, iconic Jim Steranko cover where Hulk is holding up the trade dress. I mean, how awesome is this book? All right, so yes, it does have some grease pencil on the... or it might actually be marker. I don't know if it's grease pen or not, but it's, you know, on the cover here. But honestly, if you don't point it out right away, it kind of doesn't really stand out too much. Now that I pointed it out, that's probably the only thing you see. It does have some spine wear. It does have a little split at the bottom of the spine, so it's in lower grade. But I got it for $40. I thought that was an incredible deal. I've always wanted this book, mainly for the cover. I just want to have it in my collection, and this is an amazing place filler at such an incredible price. $40 for such an iconic key book. Really excited about this one. Can't can't believe I'm adding it to the collection for such a great deal. So really excited about that. You know, as you see here, it's not the most beautiful condition. And it is a square bound book, so, you know, might have to do a little work on it. But honestly, it's in the Mylar. It looks pretty darn good. And for the price, I had to grab it. Moving on to another little, you know, this was a personal grail. You know, these aren't grails for everybody, but I always wanted this issue, and I have never able to purchase this. I never find it in the wild at a decent price. This is Amazing Spider-Man 301, the classic Todd McFarlane homage to issue number 300, the very previous issue. Pretty funny that, you know, they kind of homaged the cover in the next issue in the series. Always a cool little thing. And honestly, I like this cover better than 300. You know, I love the white background. I love how Spidey just pops out with that green circle around him. I mean, such an awesome cover. The blue trade dress. I can't say enough. I love this book. And this one is in really nice shape. Really no spine ticks. There's no stains. I mean, it's a pretty sharp copy. I ended up getting this for $50. It's funny, I was looking at another one from another dealer. His was priced at $75, but it had a big stain right here, and that was just really bothering me. It was a nice looking book, but just that stain was killing me. And it was $75. So I'm like, yeah, I'll pass. Then I went to another dealer, and I saw he had one for, I think it was like $55 or $60. And that one had a couple spine ticks, a little bit of yellowing on the cover. And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait. And then I go to another dealer later on in the day. I find this one. It was priced at $55. He gave it to me for $50. And this is a super clean copy. Very happy about this purchase. No regrets here. Such an awesome book. You know, Todd McFarlane, Spidey, issue 301. How awesome is that? All right, moving on to, let's see, what do we have? We have quite a few left, like 5 or so. How about this book right here? I finally got it. Swamp Thing #1. As you see, which kind of jumps right out to you, there is a big color pull here, and there's also a little one down low that you can't really see. But unfortunately, these ones are in the purple. You know, it was hard for me to jump on this book. I really wanted it. It was the only copy at the show that I could find. And this was actually on my radar. That was on towards the top of my list of books I wanted to find at the show. I recently picked up issues 2 through 10, all the classic Bernie Wrights and Swamp Thing. I really wanted issue #1. It was originally priced at $100, which honestly isn't a bad price. I went and talked to the dealer. You know, we were talking about it. I was looking at it. I said, all right, you know, let me think about it. I walked away. I came back. I looked at it again. I actually came back a third time and looked at it. And he goes, hey, man, give me $75 and it's yours. I couldn't say no. $75 for Swamp Thing #1. The book is super sharp. I mean, the corners are perfect. There's no spine ticks. There's just this unfortunate, you know, tape pulls or color pulls, whatever happened there. So $75. Swamp Thing #1. Classic Bernie Wrights and goodness. I am super happy about this purchase. I think I got a great deal. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think? But excited to have this one in the collection. As you see, really nice looking book. And there's like a little crease or little color rub down there. And then those two unfortunate, you know, tape pulls there. So not too bad, though, for the price. All right, moving on to another Grail that I've been wanting for a long time. Never pulled the trigger. Finally did. I got Submariner issue #1. This book, such an iconic cover. The first solo series of Submariner for the Silver Age. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm working really hard at completing this run. And this is just been on my list for a long time. As you see, this one's in pretty low grade. It's got some water damage right here. The book's complete. There's really no big tears or chipping or anything like that. The book's really nice looking, but it has rusty staples and it's got, moisture damage. Unfortunately, but it was priced pretty decently. It was priced at $100, and the guy actually gave it to me for $90. I thought that was a pretty awesome deal for this book. I don't know. I think it was a great deal. Let me know what you think. $90 for Subby #1. Super cool book. Really happy just to finally have an issue to add to my run that I've been working so hard on. So, as you see, some color wear, definitely some serious moisture damage, some wicking, and, over by the staple as well, down low. The interior of the book doesn't look horrible. The back cover doesn't look horrible. But really, I'm just so happy to finally have this one. And, that's a nice looking copy. In the Mylar, that looks sweet. All right, Subby #1 for $90. Thought that was pretty awesome. This book here, are the last 3 books, I should say, I got from Anthony at Comic Relief, which, as I mentioned in the footage earlier, is my local comic book shop. That's where I buy most of my books. He's an awesome dude, awesome shop, and he always hooks it up. And I love supporting him because he's such a nice guy, and, we've become pretty good friends. So, first book that I got from him off of his wall was this awesome book here. DC Showcase presents issue 79 featuring Dolphin. This is the first appearance of Dolphin. This gorgeous artwork. I just think it's so funny. She's like, swimming in street clothes, down towards this shipwreck with these scuba divers in the background. I love that like lime green fade color in the background with the bubbles. This is also the origin of Aqualad. Some people were actually specking that Dolphin might even show up in the new Aquaman movie. So we'll see about that. I'm not sure, but I'm not a huge spec guy. Honestly, I just wanted this book. It was priced at $115, but I got it for less than that because I bundled it with these last 2 Grails. I'm super excited about these last 2 books. All right, so we'll put this one off to the side. Next book that I got from Comic Relief was this bad boy right here, Tomb of Dracula, issue #1. This is a really clean copy. It has like 1 spine tick here. I don't know. That's really pretty much it. Such a nice looking copy. I have been wanting this for such a long time. Like years ago, I almost bought a copy for $100. I don't know why I didn't. Definitely kicking myself for that one. Now the book has jumped up in price. Anthony had it priced at $200, which I thought was incredibly fair. And, for $200, I said, yes, I want it. Let's do it. But I actually got a discount on top of that. So we got Tomb of Dracula #1 in a pretty nice grade. Probably like a 7.5, 8.0 maybe. I don't know, something up there. This last book, just a grail of mine. I've been wanting it for a long time. It really needs no introduction. New Mutants '98, first appearance of Deadpool. This is a really nice copy too. He had it priced at $250. I got it for less than that. I got all 3 of these books here. It should have been $200, $250, and $115, which is a total of $565. And I got everything for $500. So he gave me $65 off. I thought that was incredibly generous, really awesome. So thank you, Anthony. If you're watching today's video, definitely you made my day at the comic show because these are 3 books I've been wanting for so long, and I just never pulled the trigger. I never found decent copies at reasonable prices, and today I did. So I am super stoked. I got some pretty big keys here, at least for me, We got Submariner #1. What? We got Swamp Thing #1. I mean, we got ASM 301. Like, all of these books here. We even got some Steranko Hulk. Like, this was such a crazy haul. Probably the most money I've spent at a comic convention ever. I think I spent around $1,000 that day. You know, spent a few bucks, but honestly, all these books, I think I got at incredible deals. I'm super excited to add them to the collection finally. And it's really nice to add some better books, you know, some substantial keys to the collection. So thanks everybody for watching today's video. I know it went on a little bit long, but I hope you enjoyed checking out this incredible comic book haul of some grails that I've been wanting for a long time and finally am now adding to the collection. All right, that's the video for today. Don't forget to hit the smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.